cultural alienation. So I'm here to help you to understand more about research methodology. So in content of literature review. So what do you mean, or what do you understand when they say literature review? So welcome. We should look more about these contents and these terms so as to help us to understand more about how to write our books, how to deal with our daily activity, reading and writing. So when we say literature review, so this is a classification and even a compilation and evaluation of what other researchers has written on a particular topics. Already there are, or the topic you have given, there are many people, there are numerous people who took and write about it, and having another topics like the topic do you have, or which has some similars, not a complete the same, but a similar. That's why when you were writing a book in a part 2, which is called a literature review, it's a second part of a book where it comes to deal with another written books or written documents. So that's why we redefined our literature review as a compilation or classifications, even an evaluation of other researchers has written on a particular topic. That is what we say a literature review. So in your literature review, make sure that there is some spoken words, some written documents that you have already used. So let me give you an example also has to help you to understand more about a literature review. So for instance, so you may be given like this topic to develop or to help people to understand the development of Rwandan hospitality around the world. So when you be given like such topic, so make sure that there is some document that has already written on the hospitality of Rwanda around the world. For instance, so you may visit the different websites of the RODB, for instance, or the government gazettes, or the government's websites, or the social media, so as to make sure that there is a development of the hospitality of Rwanda around the world. So for instance, when you take a reading, or when you take a time and you visit some websites, some documents, some newses, you will find that there's some difference. There's some difference, contribution, or some different developments that Rwandan hospitalities made, because you will start to consider and to compare what your topic wants to talk about, or what your topic should contain. By visiting those websites and those newspapers, it will help you to develop your topics. That's why when you be given like such topics, you will need to go away of you, because you will never take a whole ideas from you and you write it in a book. No, you will need to help you or to find other written documents so as to help you to develop your knowledge, because it will be better to develop your knowledge or your written book. Or that is what we call a literature review. That is what we call a literature review. So by writing a literature review on your book, or in a component of literature review, there's some point you should highlight, or you should think when you are going to make a literature review, or the purpose of literature review. Let's look like a few. So one, place each work in the context, or in a context of its contribution to the subject under review. So the literature review will come to place each work in its context, because you'll never take different things and you mix it together. No, you need to evaluate by classifying each things, or each content, or each work in its content. So the next one, identify new ways to interpret and shed light on any gaps in previous research. Already when you are taking literature review, you will get or you will get and identify. It will help you to identify a new way to interpret. You will get a way of interpreting rather than others, because by reading, as I've told you, in a literature review, you bring what others has said about your topic. So by understanding that one, or by reading those books, it will help you to identify a new way to interpret, because you will never take or you make a copy paste to others. No, you're just having a reference. You will just look on others, don't copy and paste. So the next one, it resolve conflict amongst seemingly contradiction in previous studies. So it helps you to avoid some mistakes, some errors that others has did. So when others they did a mistakes, you will take and correct it. By reading the different books, it will gives you an opportunities of knowing how to resolve this. If you found a mistakes in others book, how can you fence against, or how can you protect this? So the next one, it identify areas of priority scholarship to prevent the application of efforts. So by comparing your book or your topic to others, it will help you to avoid, because if you don't take an instance or an example from others, so you may make duplications, or to make a topic twice or more than two. Because if you don't have a reference book, so you may write some words or a complete book as others. What you have to do, one is to help you this literature review. It will help you to identify what's a priority, what do you have to put in a first, or what do you have to put in the last. So the next one, point the way forward for further research. The last one, place an original piece of research in the context of existing literature. This will help you to make an exceptional, to make your book different from other books, because already I've told you that you will need to make it different from others' book. So what will help you is to make an original one. Thank you. So that was real definition, or the real explanation of the literature review. Let's meet again in another courses, which is helping us to understand more about research methodology. Thank you. Bantu mwiga amasomo ya hospitality industry, ntibikirirwe bibagora mujya gushaka amasomo ahandi. Ushobora gukurikirana lecturer Elie Nation ku ma platforms atandukanye: WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok and email kuri niyomufasha Elie2050@gmail.com. Elie Nation is a professional lecture you deserve. Powered by Nation Please, Nation University, Lanatira Guest House, Mothers Union Shira Tailoring Workshop, and Ejide Empire.